are you? My name is Crystal Gray. On this bright and sunny day, I had to put my blinds down. It's so nice and sunny. I love it. So, hello again. My name is Crystal Gray. I help women who are passionate about yoga learn how to be an inspiring teacher by giving them the foundational tools and confidence they need to build a loyal community and make a living by doing what they love. So today I'm really excited to be interviewing one of my past students, Brittany, and I'm going to invite her on while I just do a little bit of an introduction. Through my most current in-person yoga teacher training here local to me. I also lead them online and also in 12-day formats in places like Costa Rica. So Brittany's been with me for, what's it been then, about 8 months. So she's probably been with me a little bit longer than that. And I'm really excited to ask her some questions today about how the yoga teacher training has changed her life, because I think that a lot of people go through a yoga teacher training and they just think they're just going to learn about yoga. But when in actuality, you learn a lot more than that. So, hey, Brittany, thanks so much for hopping on today.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yay. All right. So Brittany, why don't you just tell us a little bit about why, first of all, why did you want to become a yoga teacher?
So originally, it started off as a way to kind of get out of the house. That sounds terrible, but
people can resonate with that.
Mom. Yes, especially as a stay-at-home mom of two. I'm only 25 and I have 2 kids already. And so I've lost a lot of that social interaction. So I thought, okay, health and fitness is important to me. I'm really liking yoga. Why not become a teacher? That I get out of the house, I get that interaction, and I can, contribute to the household income.
Yes.
So That's how it started.
All right. And so then you pretty much just jumped into the training then right after that. What made you decide to go with my teacher training?
When I was looking, honestly, I stumbled onto your training late night scrolling, and I looked into it and I realized, oh my gosh, she's only an hour away. Maybe this is a sign that I'm supposed to be reaching out to her and getting information about the training. And then when I reached out to you and you immediately set up a time to talk with me, and I really appreciated that because I was able to get to know you a little bit, and you took every concern and worry I had and just said, well, here's how, there's nothing to be worried about. Here's the truth behind it, or here's what you really need to think about. And that was huge. And the fact that you said that you wanted more of me and not more of you out there, I said, this is perfect, because I don't want to be like anybody else. I don't want somebody to train me one way and that's how I have to teach the rest of my life. So you encouraged me to find my own voice that way.
Oh, that's awesome. Yay, I'm glad I did that. All right, so why don't you just give us a few different ways that the yoga teacher training changed your life that maybe you weren't really expecting?
So there are hundreds of ways this training has affected my life directly and indirectly. So I really had to look down and clump it all into a couple categories because that's so hard. Overall blanket statement, it has made me a better and more positive person. Just the few short months we've had training, I am completely different than when I started. But three things. Personally, I have a respect and a love for myself that I've never had before. As a mother and a wife, I am more caring, more understanding, compassionate, patient. And then overall with others, I am more mindful of the people around me. I am more respectful of the people around me, and I'm not looking at them and tearing them down mentally in my head just to feel better about myself. I am actually verbally expressing to them their strengths and their what they're doing good at, and encouraging them and being more positive. So those are just, that is very broad, but those are the big things.
So how do you think that the yoga training helped you with those things? Most people, whenever they think about a yoga training, they might not think that those could be, benefits. Do you think that it was the training, or more of like you sticking with a more regular practice, or both?
I would say both, because you definitely encouraged us to have a regular practice. So by having that practice, I got to know myself. And I think that's one of I didn't realize it when I started the training, but knowing knowing yourself as an instructor is the biggest tool you have to being a good yoga teacher. You now know how things feel in your body. You now know when you tell somebody, oh, only go till you feel sensation. You know how that feels. You have a respect for your body, and that's not something you can teach somebody else or even help teach if you don't know it for yourself. So knowing yourself is huge. And you encourage that by having us commit to a regular practice. But the training, just having the in-person experience, first of all, was amazing for me. But being the youngest in our class, I had all this wisdom coming from all different ages. I mean, I think I'm the youngest by 10 years, at least. So it was a huge thing for me. And so the training mixed with my own practice just really gave me a new insight to everything.
Yeah. So how do you think that maybe this has changed your life? So say going through this now rather than going through this, 10 years from now, because a lot of people might be like, well, I can't do it because I've got young kids at home, or I can't do it because I don't have the money. So, why are you glad that you did it now?
I would say now, sorry, the mail lady showed up.
That's okay. Hey, Emily, thanks for joining.
I would say what's good about it now is I have plenty of time to grow. I can take, as my experience as an instructor grows with my students, as well as, sorry, I'm just like, I hear is like the dog barking. So,
that's all right. Well, you got your headphones in, so we can't really hear it that much.
Okay. So I think part of it is a big thing. I have plenty of time to grow and become and adapt to what is needed. Now, starting younger, as I get older, I can still relate to younger students.
Right.
So, I'm only 25. So let's say 10 years, 35. Well, now I can relate to those who are in their 30s, but then I also had the entire experience when I was younger that I can still provide that service to them. I think it's only going to help me in the future grow as a person too.
Yeah. And, I remember, Brittany, in the beginning, you were like, well, I'm only 25, so I don't think that anybody, I'm trying to sound like you. Not that you're ever like sounded like that, but you're like, I don't really think that anybody will take me seriously. So now after going through my training, I really am trying to instill confidence. Hey, everybody. Hey, Bethany. Hey, Cynthia. Thanks for joining live. I'm trying to really instill confidence in you guys. That's one of the biggest things, because that's what I see is lacking in so many new teachers. And so what now? Do you now have the confidence to teach people that are older than you? And how did you get that confidence from this training?
I definitely have gained that confidence. And I think the one thing that clicked in my head was the day I told you that I was worried about teaching people older than me. You had said, you have the experience, you have the training. They don't. And that may sound cocky to some people, but for me, that was like, yeah, I know how to tell them not to hurt themselves. I might not have the same life experience, but
right.
I have enough experience to help them tap into their own personal experience and deal with that. I'm not looking to give advice. I'm just looking to help them connect, like the mind, body, and soul. And that's what I have experience in. So
yes.
I think a part of gaining that confidence was doing the teaching in classes. I'm sorry, I kind of stumbled through that. But the practice teaching in class, that was great because it was with people I knew, but they were all older than me.
Yeah.
And then doing my own 6-week beginner series, I did have two people younger than me, but everybody else was at least 10 years older than me. And they still had a respect for me. They were still coming to me and saying, hey, what could I do to maybe help stretch out this? And I was able to give them direction, and they relied on me. So I think that was a big thing, just the experience in itself and practicing.
Yeah, yeah, because that's something I really saw in you, was that confidence blossom. So that's really exciting. So if there's any, what about, and then what about the investment? That's the last thing. So in the beginning, I know that was kind of scary, the investment. So now how do you look at that?
But in the beginning, what was hard is because I'm a stay-at-home mom, my income is from my husband. And I hate spending money on myself that he makes. Like, I just don't feel like I deserve it, which that has changed ever since the training too. I know I deserve to pamper and treat myself as well. But it was really hard for me to go to him after numerous failed businesses, 5 to be exact, and say, I want you to give me $3,500 so I can go take this yoga teacher training that we've only talked about for like 10 minutes total.
Yeah.
And that was hard getting him on board. He was not on board. He was like,
Yeah.
I really don't think you should do this. You need to wait. And I said, no, I can't wait. I have to do it now. And so I tried to, first I looked at it. Okay. I was in school to be an accountant. That's 150 credit hours. And that's $80,000. This is a 200 credit hour course for a fraction of that. That just made sense to me. Like,
and you've already made money from it, right?
Yes. I've made money. I've already started paying back that investment to myself. So that was a huge thing for me. I can graduate, whereas in college, I might not have graduated and had an accounting job right away. But right now I can graduate and I can go start a class anywhere.
Right.
So that was big. And also, I manifested that money. I really wanted it.
I remember.
That money just, yeah. I
it was a lot of mindset.
That money like no other.
Yeah.
Yes. And that was huge. So now I look back at it and I say 30,000 or 35,000 or 35,000, 3,500. That's nothing compared to the experience, the way it's changed my life, the opportunities I have in the future. It's really, it's worth every penny, in my opinion.
That brings tears to my eyes. That's so awesome. I'm so excited to hear all of this feedback from you guys and to know that my intention to help you guys just be confident and find ways to make money from doing something that you love doing, but to feel like you are able to hold space for students and to really know what you're talking about. I'm so excited that I'm giving you that, because that is what I set out to give you. So I just want to thank you so much for having faith in me and taking my teacher training program. And you've only got one more weekend. I'm so sad to be done with you guys. I'm so sad,
but so excited.
Yeah, I know. So
it's a bittersweet.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna have to get that 300 hour on the docket here for 2020 for sure. So whenever you guys are ready for the next level, I'll be ready for you. But so yeah, thank you, Brittany, so much. And if anybody has any questions for Brittany, I'm sure that she'd be happy to answer them, just about some of her journey. And yeah, I look forward to our last class, and I so much look forward to seeing what you're going to do in the future, because I know it's going to be amazing. So thanks for letting me be a part of your journey.
Thank you so much. You have no idea how grateful I am for you. You've really helped me a lot. So
our last class is going to be nuts with our ceremony. I'm going to be crying like a baby the whole time. I know it. I'll bring tissue.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Brittany. Well, you have a great day. Thank you for doing this for me. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Bye. Bye, everybody. Thanks so much for hopping on live. See ya.